Hey everyone, it's technology expert Burton Kelso with Integral here with another tech tip to help you get the most out of the technology in your life. Today we're going to talk about medical identification theft. Medical ID theft is on the rise and you need to be aware that it is a growing problem. With most recent data breaches such as Equifax and some hospitals, your data is out there on the internet and on the dark web. And while most people think that hackers are going after identity information in order to make purchases for items or to just steal your identity, I guess to make more purchases, many people don't realize that hackers are also using your personal information for medical ID theft. Some of the things that can happen with medical ID theft is that hackers can use your identity to go to the ER and get services for stuff that they need. They can also use ID theft as a way to get prescription drugs for themselves. And another way that they can use medical ID theft is to set themselves up as a fake medical company, order or sell items and get a credit from the government as being a provider of medical items. There's several things that you need to do in order to make sure that you're safe from ID theft. We're going to switch screens here and take a look at some of the stuff that you can do to keep safe. Let's go to our desktop here. And we've got an image of Milliman. And I know a lot of you are wondering, what the heck is that doing up there? Well, it's pretty simple. Milliman is it's actually Milliman and Telescript. They have prescription information about you, and if you authorize them to release your medical records, insurance companies can request a report for them. The truth is, with most insurance companies, they aren't the ones that formulate the records that have your medical information. There are several companies out there that collect this data, and then whenever your insurance company needs to make an inquiry about what's going on, then they contact these companies, and there's three that are real prominent that you need to be aware of, and Milliman is one of them. But going back to our screen here, there's Milliman's number, but to kind of give you an idea, what you need to do is that to get a copy of your report, you probably need to call Milliman at 877-211-4816. And they are one of the companies that has a health credit report about you. And what happens is with your health credit report, you can call Milliman and the two other companies I'm going to mention and find out what things are going on with your health credit report. You want to make sure that you don't have some unknown condition that just popped out of nowhere. Or you also want to make sure that if you get a letter from your insurance company that saying that you've reached your health benefits max, that you want to make sure it's something you've done and not something that some hacker done. So you can definitely give Milliman a call for your report from them. Some of the things that you'll need to provide when you request your health report from Milliman is your full name, mailing address, phone number, date of birth, the last four digits of your social security number, and which insurance company that you applied with. That way they can make sure that all of the records are right and that your health report is the way that it needs to be set up. Our next company would be ExamOne. Now, ExamOne is the company and Quest along with them that you would go to if you need to have lab results done to find out how big of a health risk you are. So many of you know that when you apply for health insurance, that you will have a company that will draw labs, and ExamOne is one of those companies that draw labs from you. So you can contact them at 844-255-8047, and they have all of the records of all of the labs that have been drawn from you over the years, which is kind of scary because you think once you have labs drawn, that information just goes to your doctor and it goes away. But that's not the case. They've got records of all of that, so your insurance company can find out how much of a health risk you are. Next on our list is MIB, and I don't mean the Men in Black. MIB is a company that um, tracks everyone who applies for life, health, disability, you name it, they do it. So if you want to find out what your health report is with MIB, which used to be the Medical Information Bureau, you can give them a call at 866-692-6901. Now, when requesting these reports, keep in mind that it may take a while, up to 10 days to get this report, but you want to make sure that you get that information. Other things that you want to do to keep your medical ID safe is you do want to go to the 3 credit reporting bureaus, Equifax being one of them, Experian and TransUnion, to find out what your credit score is. One of the places that you can go is you can go to freeannualcreditreport.com to find out what your credit report is, because that does play a big factor as far as what your health risk is. So make sure that you check your identity to find out if there's any unknown purchases or any unknown stuff that's going on there. The other thing too is make sure that you get hard copies of your medical records from your doctor to make sure that you keep yourself from medical ID theft. So that way, if a discrepancy does pop up, you've got hard copies that you can present, and especially to your insurance company, to make sure that you've got the information that is correct, as opposed to the information that some hacker may be using to get your stuff. So be aware of this growing risk of medical ID theft. Hackers are definitely taking advantage of your information and selling it on the dark web, which seems to be a term that is being used quite a bit. But the dark web is a real thing, and the information is traded there all the time, but you want to make sure that your information is safe. And also, for the elderly out there, it may be a good idea to just go ahead and lock your credit down. Hopefully at this stage of your life, there's not too many large purchases that you're going to be making. So if you lock down your credit, that is a good way to make sure that people aren't taking advantage of your credit, and it will keep your medical identification safe. So as always, if you got comments or questions, leave them in the comment section below. Would love to hear from you to find out what tech tips that you would like me to cover in future videos. And speaking of videos, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel at Integral or at Burton Kelso. Tons of videos there that are designed to help you get the most out of the technology that you use in your day-to-day life. And the same thing goes for our social media accounts. So be sure to follow us on all platforms of social media. We're sharing tips daily that are designed to help you get the most enjoyment out of the technology you use. So as always, take care of yourself and do many things to make you smile. And thanks for watching.